Hey guys, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this week in fantasy world building we're going to be talking about children. So first things first, what qualifies as a child in your world? You need to know what is the age of majority and what are the set societal differences between children and adults in your world. Does the concept of childhood exist? In a lot of cultures through history, childhood didn't really exist and children were treated as small adults. So it's really up to you which way you want to go with this. So what are the points in life where someone stops being viewed as a child in the cultures that you're developing? And does this coincide with the age of majority? An example of this would be something like a bar mitzvah, where within the religion itself you are considered an adult afterwards, but within the society as a whole you may not be considered an adult. Another example of this would be the different age limits for things like marriage, voting, owning property, citizenship, etc. This sort of creates stages of liminal adulthood where you have slowly increasing rights and responsibilities until you achieve an undisputed adulthood that applies across all avenues of society. You can also figure out if you're going to have ceremonies that mark the transition from child to adult. Chances are these are going to change based on the culture, religion, class, etc. If you are planning on having main characters or otherwise important characters be minors, figure out what impact that has on them compared to if they would have been adults in your world. What can they do? What can't they do? What limits are imposed on them because they are children? Does child marriage exist? If you're going to have things like betrothals and engagements for children, but they're not actually married until they're adults, that's much different than having children actually be married. If you are going to have child marriages in your story, are they something that is condoned? Are they something that is taboo? Are they something that's illegal and people are just doing it anyways? You want to know if children in your world are going to be protected. Are they viewed as a group that needs protection in your world? Historically, in cases where infant mortality rate was extremely high, people may have gotten a little less attached to their children because there was very little chance of them growing into adulthood. And in other cases where they worked high labor jobs and they needed more children to assist. If you're having circumstances like that in your story, how does this play into the general society worldview of children? And are children part of the workforce? Is there a distinction between children helping out in family work versus being employed elsewhere? There are lots of examples through history that show the different ways children were viewed by societies. Sometimes they were coddled, protected, and educated in a safe environment until they became adults. And yet in others they were viewed as basically free labor to be abused and exploited. Determine the overall societal views for this, and also don't forget to figure out some of the laws surrounding this. Even if it's just for yourself and it's not mentioned in the story, you need to know how your society works. If you're going to be educating your children, figure out how you're going to be doing this. We'll have already gone over this in our jobs and education video, but it can be a little more explored in regards specifically to children. Lastly, in terms of some general society things, what are some other differences between children and adults? Do they wear different clothing? Are they permitted in different activities? Do they consume different food, etc.? In terms of your characters and their interactions with children, do they like kids? Do they have an aversion to kids? Are they completely meh? And you want to know, how do your characters' views line up with the societal views of children? If your characters are going to have children, then you're going to want to develop the family dynamics. Is the nuclear family something that your society does, or is it more communal living? That's going to have a really big difference in the quality of life for your parental characters and for the children, because it will limit or expand the people and resources they have around them. So that is all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on social media. All of the links will be down below, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!